Hello and welcome to my solo TOB guide for Leagues. I'm going to be doing a full run of TOB with my live commentary, assuming you know the basic mechanics and have done an entry mode run sometime before. Let's get into it. These are the packs I'm using. It's a pretty standard Thorns Mortar Mage build. You can pause if you want to look more closely. These are the packs that you need. I would not even attempt this with less, and I would honestly recommend having a few more points to spend on some nice dabs. You do have some extras. Try to spend them on rune regeneration, accuracy, and a max HP increase, in that order of priority. This is the gear I'm using. I downgraded from my last guide to have a bit more attainable equipment. The most important things for you to bring are a Lithic Scepter, water spells and a matching staff, tank gear of any kind, a shield, any weapon that poisons, and one range and a melee weapon for Nylos. I'd also highly recommend getting a blue salve, echo boots, a ring of suffering if your region allows it, and a tier 8 relic of choice. Besides these items, nothing really is essential, but if you do have upgrades, then feel free to use them. Let's get started. First room is going to be Maiden. I always run in with my staff equipped at first. That way I can boost my max HP as high as it goes. A magic. And you just hit the bus. Stand in melee distance. And try to move occasionally so you don't stand in the blood puddles that the boss will be throwing out. Now, whenever the crabs are gonna spawn, what you're gonna do is just hit them, try to get them as low as possible, and just hope that the boss doesn't heal too much. But even if the boss does, it doesn't really change the outcome of this fight. Feel free to use a Lithic Scepter spec and get back on the bus. If you have Echo Boots, it's important to stay in melee distance so it reflects damage back to Maiden. That's about it. The bus and watch the HP go down. No need to rush. Now, Maiden is done. The next room, we're going to be equipping the salve because it drastically boosts your accuracy against Bloat. I also put on my Shadow Flame Quadrant. I'm going to be hitting the boss with that. Just pre-range, run in, and wait for him to kneel down. Your camera rotated, so it's easier to move around. Just wait for him to kneel. And just hit the bus. This is going to take a while, so hope you've brought some time. Always keep your range prayer up. Don't want to be taking too much damage from the flies. Let's try the Scepter. Maybe it's gonna be doing a bit more damage. Seems to be a bit better, I guess. I'm gonna be sticking with the Scepter. Like I ate a stump there, so next time he kneels down, I'm gonna heal back up to full with my water spells. Be safe. Should be enough. And that's Bloat. Now, if you've used up any supplies up until now, you can stock back up at this chest. You have 11 points, so I could get a fair few pieces of food or prayer potions or whatever. Now the Nylos room. I'm gonna be starting it with my Lithic Scepter on. And I'm going to be trying to do most of the damage with a Lithic Scepter, but we will still need to hit a couple of times with other styles. Whenever you use your Lithic Scepter spec, you also clear the locus of different styles, which is quite helpful on Zoom. Try to hit the enemies as much as you can, like, have as little downtime as possible. Good thing is Thorns takes care of quite a bit of opponents as well. And just keep using specs. Now the Nylo bus is going to be spawning soon. Whenever you are fighting it, focus on your defensive prayers first, and then only on attacking the bus, so you don't accidentally die. Always starts out with melee, and other styles are random. So now I play magic, and I hit him with my magic stuff. I pray range, and then I only equip my range again. That's the whole fight. That's about it. Now it's time for Soteseg. I once again run in with my my water staff equipped. I want to get my HP up as high as possible, and then I'm gonna be hitting him with my Lithic Scepter again. Spray magic. Stand in melee range if you have the Echo Boots. And just whenever your health gets low, equip your water staff and cast some water spells to get back up. Now we do the puzzle. Just run through it at your pace. And afterwards you need to quote-unquote remember what the path was, but you can just run through if you have full HP. And whenever you get a bit low, you can just combo it and get through it, guaranteed. But I was healthy enough, so I did not need to combo it. That's what all the manta rays and karambans are for in my inventory. Now this attack just deals a flat 70 damage, so as long as you have max HP, you should be fine. I have a plugin that changes the way Soteseg's attacks look to the ones from Aka and UA, but doesn't really impact you too much, just play magic and do your thing. Once again, we could remember this puzzle, but we can also just run through afterwards, as we are so high health. Just go. Maybe combo it if you see your HP get low. Got it. And just hit the boss to heal back up. And that's about it for Soteseg. And once again, there's a chest that spawned here, and you can resupply with whatever you need. I have 24 points now, so I could technically buy all the food I need. But I don't. Oh, I won't. Now we go to Xarpus. Stand on these exhumes, so the boss doesn't heal too much. But even if you don't, it doesn't really impact your fight, it just prolongs it. Now on the actual fight stats, we pray Redemption, Mystic Might, or whatever you have as an offensive player. And we just hit the boss from the back, and whenever poison comes our way, we just dodge and keep hitting. If the health gets low, just get back up with your water spells. It's going to be like this for the first 3/4 of the fight, and then Xarpus is going to scream, and the mechanics are going to change a bit. Just do damage as best you can. I see my health is a bit low, so I just equip my staff. And I start hitting with water spells to get it back to the maximum that I can have. And I equip my powered staff again. Try not to stand on the poison for too long. The damage does add up quite a bit. And just fill up the outer edge of the arena with all the poison. Okay. Now Zap is screened, which means we stop auto-attacking furiously and wait for him to turn away from us, and then we hit him twice. So 1 hit, 2 hits, and we stop, and we look where he turns. He turned to us, so we go to the other side and cast twice. This time I commented a bit too long, so I only casted once. We wait and see where he turns, and we do not want to be attacking in his face because he will reflect a lot of damage to us. So we try to avoid that. Attack twice whenever he turns. If you want to be safe and you want to get into the rhythm first, just attack once whenever you see him turn. Wait for him to turn again, and attack him again. You have all the time in the world. There's no rush. It's better to take it slow and hit him with 1 cast at a time than to rush things and die after having done so many bosses here. See him turn, attack twice, and I wait. Let's see what happens if I hit him once. Look at this damage. You really don't want to be taking that. That was Xarpus. So now we pick up the staff. It's very, very important. We equip it as well. And we go Maiden. I mean to Verzik. So, we start out this fight with having the staff equipped. We use a special attack twice, and then equip our Shadow Flame quadrant or whatever staff you have to heal up whenever we need to. And if we don't need to heal up, then we keep hitting with the Dawnbringer because it seems to be doing a lot more damage than Prolific Scepter. So, here's up. Very important to pray magic because otherwise the Verzik deals a lot of damage. You spec once, spec twice, and then keep hitting until you take damage, and when you do, you heal back up with Shadow Flame, or your staff of choice. Also try to stay melee range. I'm not sure if it reflects damage with Echo Boots, but may as well, when we're healthy. You don't need to run behind the pillars that you usually have to in regular 2D, because you have so much healing with your water spells that it's just not necessary. Took some damage, we heal back up. We could technically be doing this with just our water spells. It's just gonna take a longer time, and for the sake of this not taking 2 hours. I'm gonna be hitting with the Dawnbringer as much as I can. Take some damage, so I heal back up. Back at it we go. Now, for phase 2, we pre-ranged. We don't need a shield right now, so I'm gonna equip my Devil's Element to deal a bit more damage. And here the idea is to just hit once and move a bit. Hit once and move a bit. You can tank those crabs if you need to, not that big of a deal. Just essential to hit once and move a bit. Even if you get hit by the range attacks, you don't really struggle too much if you just hit once and move. And these purple crabs die when you hit them with a poisoned weapon. That's why we brought it in. So your phases don't take 7 hours. So you just hit once and move. Be wary of running too close to Verzik, because if you do, she's gonna bounce you back and hit you with a undodgeable range attack. Even if it happens, it's not that big of a deal, because you can just heal back up with your spells. So whenever the purple crab spawns, you equip your poisoning weapon, and you poison it. And then keep hitting the boss. Keep moving. Now, when the red crab spawns, we start playing magic. Now, the range attacks are a lot more rare, so we don't need to move after every hit. But we do move whenever we see a range attack hit us. If we have the time, and heal back up with your water spells, and then hit the boss with your Lithic Scepter. Whenever the red crabs spawn, you need to focus the red crabs first, because they're going to be healing the boss, and we would like to avoid that. We'll kill the red crab first, and then keep hitting Verzik. Oh, we did not dodge a range attack. What do we do now? Equip the staff, and heal up. Not that I'm full HP. Going back to my Lithic Scepter. Now these 3 stats. I'm gonna be playing magic because I have a lot of melee and range defense, and I don't have a lot of magic defense on my equipment. So the odds of getting hit by magic are a lot higher than range and melee. And I just stay in melee range, so Verzik hits herself more with my Echo Boots. And I hit boss. If I do end up getting hit by a crab, or if I take too much damage, I equip my magic staff, cast a few magic spells, a few auto spells, and that's about it. Now web phase is starting, so you just run to the edge of the arena, and you cast your spells at the boss. I did not step into the webs, because they deal a good chunk of damage. Even if you do, it's not the end of the world. And just heal through it with your water spells. Now tornadoes spawn, and when they do, you want to be equipping your magic staff, because you need to be moving constantly. And when you do, it's a lot more effective to cast with a magic staff. And when these yellows spawn, don't bother dodging the tornado, just stand in it, take the damage, and make sure you do the mechanic. Actually, to be honest, you could also just run away and just take the hit, because it doesn't deal too much damage here. The green thing also only deals 75, so you can just heal through it. And that was the Theater of Blood. See if we got lucky. We did. This could be your first Navernic Defender. That was my TOB guide. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them. And if you do end up attempting this, let me know how it went. Thanks for watching.